I'll be reading an excerpt from R.F. Kuang's Yellowface, a biting satire of the publishing industry and the toxic lengths people will go to for success. Our narrator is June Hayward. She has just watched her friend, the wildly successful novelist Athena Liu, to death. And in that moment of chaos, June makes a choice. She steals Athena's unpublished manuscript, rewrites it, and publishes it. She becomes a literary star. But June knows the whispers follow her everywhere. She knows exactly what the world is her behind her back. So she turns to us, the reader, the audience, the jury, and she begins her defense. What starts as a plea for sympathy, however, slowly unravels into something far darker. The confession of a woman who has convinced herself that she is owed everything. She speaks. I know what you're thinking. Thief, plagiarizer, and perhaps because all bad things must be racially motivated, racist. Hear me out. It's not so awful as it sounds. Plagiarism is an easy way out, the way you cheat when you can't string words together on your own. But what I did was not easy. I did rewrite most of the book. Athena's early drafts are chaotic, primordial, with half-finished sentences littered all over the place. Sometimes I couldn't even tell where she was going with a paragraph, so I excised it completely. It's not like I took a painting and passed it off as my own. I inherited a sketch with colors added only in uneven patches, and I finished it according to the style of the original. Imagine if Michelangelo left huge chunks of the Sistine Chapel unfinished. Imagine if Raphael had to step in and do the rest. This whole project, it's beautiful in a way, a never before seen kind of literary collaboration. And so what if it was stolen? So what if I lifted it wholesale? Athena died before anyone knew the manuscript existed. It would never have been published, or if it had in its current state, it would always have been known as Athena's half-finished manuscript. I gave it a chance to go out into the world without judgment, and for all the work I put into it, all those hours of effort, why shouldn't it be my name on the title? Athena is, after all, thanked in the acknowledgments, my treasured friend, my greatest inspiration. And maybe Athena would have even wanted this. She was always into trippy literary hoaxes like this. People come to a text with so many prejudices formed by what they think they know about the author, she said before. I sometimes wonder how my work would be perceived if I pretended to be a man or a white woman. The text could be exactly the same, but one might be a critical bomb and the other a resounding success. Why is that? So perhaps we can view this as Athena's great literary prank, as my complicating the reader-author relationship in a way that will provide juicy fodder for scholars for decades to come. Okay, perhaps that last one is a bit of a stretch. And if this sounds like me assuaging my own conscience, fine. I'm sure you'd rather believe I spent those few weeks tortured, that I struggled constantly with my guilt. But the truth is, I was too excited. For the first time in months, I was happy about writing again. I felt like I'd been given a second chance. I was starting to believe in the dream again, that if you hone your craft and tell a good story, the industry will take care of the rest. That all you have to do is put a pen to paper, that if you work hard enough and write well enough, the powers that be will transform you overnight into a literary star. And for a moment, a brief, shining moment, it worked. I was a literary star. I had everything I ever wanted. Book deals, awards, interviews, fans. But success, it turns out, comes with a price. A price I didn't know I was paying. Because the whispers, they didn't stay whispers. They became something else, something louder, something I couldn't outrun. They found me. The attacks start on Twitter. Die, bitch! You should burn in hell for what you did. I'm going to come to DC and beat the living shit out of you. Oh my God! Oh my God. It's all over. People know, the whole world is about to know. Daniela will find out. Eden will fire me. I'll lose all my money. Mrs. Leo will sue me. Brett will drop me as a crime. My career will be over, and I'll go down in literary history as a bitch who stole Athena and Leo's work. And not a single word I write will ever be published again. Why in God's name did I publish the last front? I thought I was doing something good, something noble, to bring Athena's work into the world. How could I ever have imagined this would all come back to bite me in the ass? I'm so stable up until now. I've done such a good job of managing my anxiety. But it all comes flooding back now. Athena's eyes flying to her throat, her blooming face, her feet drumming against the ground. But you know what? I didn't kill her. I didn't. I was there. I watched her die. I tried to save her. And all they see is a thief. But I am not the bad guy. I am the victim here. I did the work. I wrote the words. I gave that book life. And I will not let them take that from me. Is that justification enough for you? Or are you still convinced that I'm some racist thief? We owe nothing to the dead, especially when the dead are thieves and liars too. Thank you.